Hello friends, in this video we are going to be looking at the fastest method of retouching, which is known as airbrushing in Adobe Photoshop. This is Twisted Creative. Alaric Bimana is my name. It's your first time on this channel. Please do me a favor. Do me a favor by hitting that subscribe button. Not just hitting that subscribe button, also ring that notification bell so that you don't miss any of the next video. Without wasting much time, let's get into it. This is the image we are going to be using. It's a 21 megabyte image, and the reason why I mentioned the size of this image is that the blur radius and the high pass radius varies with size. If you have a smaller image, you have to use smaller radius, but if you have a bigger image, you have to use bigger radius. This method of retouching has always been neglected, but I'm here to tell you that in 2024 you can still use it. If you follow the method very well, you are going to enjoy it, and it's very fast. This is the image. The first thing we do is that we are going to use our Ctrl+J twice to get more 2 copies out of it. We are going to rename this to be detail, the top one, details. Then we are going to rename this second guy to be colors. Hit OK. We are going to click on the details, then hold on our shift or control to select the color. Then we have both of them selected. Then we use our Ctrl+G to place them in a group. So we can open or close this group. So let's keep it open. So we have to select the detail layer, go to filter, then down to order, then to high pass. Then we are going to be checking the radius from 0.1 to wherever we are going to be leaving it. So if you be able to understand this method, that means it's not going to be difficult for you. So you have to pull this from 0.1, you have to pull it up until you notice, just pull up and leave, pull up and leave. You have to make sure the nose and the eyes are kind of visible. You'll be able to see the image, but not very well. But immediately you start seeing something like colors. You start seeing colors like this. That means it has passed the radius that you are supposed to use. You have to come back to make sure there is no color on it. It's supposed to be 50% gray, so you know. So let's bring it down a bit. At least you can see the eyes, you can see the eyelashes, and you can see the nose, and you can see the lip from the highlights area. So like 9.0 is okay. You can still take it up a bit, like I think let's say 9, or let's say 9. Let's leave it at 9. But if you are having a smaller image, that means you have to use like between 4, 3 or 5. So you see the difference now. So you don't have to make that mistake. You have to start checking it until it shows up like this. If it's more than like this, it's not going to work. But if less than like this, it's still not going to work. You have to make sure the image is a kind of visible, and the textures, and you are seeing the textures. You see all this sharpness, you are seeing all these textures. Even at the clothes, you are seeing them. A kind of. So 9.0 is okay. You can hit OK for this. Then you go to blend mode and choose linear light. Then you can see what we have here. It's a kind of shiny and sharp. So we'll go to the other one, select the colors. We'll select the colors, go to filter, blur, then to Gaussian blur. Then you have to take this Gaussian blur from 0.1 also, then pull it up until you notice that all these sharp lines like this lash here that is sharp, like all these lines that is sharp, when they start getting blurry, immediately they start getting blurry, stop. So you have to pull it up and leave, pull it up and leave, pull it up, leave it, pull it up. If they are still sharp, you continue, but if they start getting blurry, you stop. So you have to pull it up. Like as you can see, it has started getting blurry. And one thing about this stuff is that if you take a look at this area, you are already seeing the effect on the image. So let's keep pushing it up. Let's push it up. Like as you can see, it's now getting a little bit blurry. So if I take it more than this, that means you see it being blurry, too blurry. So we have to bring it down like so. I think we have to pull it up a bit to get a little blurriness. Then let's hit OK for this. I think it's okay like this. Then hit OK. Now this is what we have now. Let's close this up. You will see the normal image. Then if you open it up, you notice that we have the stuff on it. Then the next thing we do is select the group. It can be closed or it can still be open. It can be closed, then select the group, then go to this box here, this rectangular box here that has circle in the middle. Just click on it. Layer marks will be added to your group. So you have to invert the layer marks, which is, we are going to hide the effect on this image now. We're going to hide it so that we can use the brush to paint them out. So we are going to do that by using our Ctrl I to invert. Now we have the normal image. So we have to pick our brush tool. Then we have to make sure the foreground here is white and the background here is black. Then we have to make sure we are using soft round brush, which means your hardness has to be at 0. Then the next thing is that you can make it up to 100% opacity. Then your flow should be like 100%. It depends on you, but if you place it on 80, it's still okay. Let's say 80 for opacity, 80 for flow. Then you can go to your image and start painting. You can start painting. You can reduce the size of your brush or increase the size of the brush anytime you want it. So as you can see, it's not like mixer brush whereby you mix colors together. This is just the brush. This is just the brush. You have to mix. You don't have to mix colors together. You don't have to mix colors together. So you have to review what is underneath. So you have to selectively reduce what is underneath. So we have it or the effect underneath. So we are wiping it off this surface to review what we have under it. So we have to go ahead and click on anywhere we want this image, this effect to be placed. So like these eyes, I believe on top these eyes, we can place it on top. We can place it anywhere here. So as you can see, you are seeing the effect live and direct. So this is it. It's just like for a beginner, like if you are a beginner, you don't know how to do frequency separation, and this is something you can just embrace. I have to do this like just anyhow. It's not, I'm not following anything here. As you can see, I'm not following anything. I'm just clicking. I'm just trying to avoid the lips. I'm trying to avoid the lips and the eyelash and whatever, as you can see. So it's a kind of lazy man retouching. So let's go. Then if you want to see exactly what you are doing, you can go to, let's say, okay, if you want to see exactly what you are doing, you can, let's open this. You can disable this detail layer. Then you'll be able to see the stuff that you are painting very well. You know where you paint and where you not paint. So have to paint, make sure those spots that we did not paint, we'll paint it very well. So have to squeeze in this blurriness to spread it. So like this area now. So this is a clearer way to brush it. So you have to brush around. Make sure you blur the image to the core. You can just brush on it. Just brush on it. So let's brush the neck. So as you can see, it's just like we are applying more blurriness. We are applying the blurriness to the skin direct. So as you can see, we are done. It's not hard, isn't it? Let's see. Let's just put the layer on. Let's put the detail layer on. This is it. So isn't that amazing already? Okay, let's just take a look at it. It's like it's shining too much. Let's reduce the shine. We can reduce the opacity of this. Can bring opacity down in a way, But if you know that this shine is too much, you want to bring the shine down, just go to your adjustment layer and choose selective color. For this selective color, you go to white, you click on absolute, not relative, you click on absolute. Then you can turn this thing down a bit to reduce the shine. As you can see, if you take it this way, you are increasing the shine. If you bring it this way, you are reducing the shine. So we have to leave it somewhere minimal. So like so is okay. Like this, I think like this is okay. Like +7 should be okay. So if you take a look at this image now, you notice that a great job has been done on this image. Let's see the before and after. Let me hold down my Alt and click on this eye icon. So this is before and this is after. This is before, this is after. Isn't that amazing? Because of time, we are going to stop here. We are supposed to do dodging and burning and other stuff, highlighting and all that to make this image more beautiful. But we are going to stop here. We are just after the skin smoothing, just like frequency separation. So I believe that's it for today. If you find it interesting, helpful and useful, let us know in the comment section, telling us the area it has helped, the area it has not, and the area we need to improve on. Like I said earlier, if you are new on this channel, please do me a favor. Do me a favor by hitting that subscribe button. Not just hitting that subscribe button, also ring that notification bell so that you don't miss any of the next video. Thanks for watching today's video. Creative Pro, keep on creating, keep on creating, keep creating. See you in the next one. Bye for now.